Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is in the WFC welterweight division. So let me introduce your first fighter to the ring. From Junk Boat MMA, Ozan Ahmed.
Representing Junk Boat MMA, Ozan Ahmed coming in, and a good response. There's a lot of fans. They're packed in here tonight for this very first World Fighting Championship. And he's 31 years of age, 5'8", making his semi-pro debut. And again, Wesley, as we said, this is a daunting experience for these men. You can hear the crowd above our commentary here, and they're making their debut. All credit to them.
Yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of guts to get in the cage, but definitely I would think they've done a lot of preparation. In fact, I think I've rolled once or twice with Ozan. He's a strong guy. He's a strong guy.
But physically is one thing. When you come to a big new association like this, a big new event with a big crowd, you've got to be mentally tough as well, haven't you?
Totally, totally. All the fighters seem like they're controlling it quite well. So, I mean, what that says to me is they're coming from
now
a good
let us
camp.
welcome his opponent to the ring. From Next Level MMA, Franco Iovine.
Now, Wesley, I think the pressure must be on Franco. He's from the same camp as Kevin Jennings, who we saw lose in dramatic circumstances in the last fight. Will he be aware of this, or will the camp have kept that separate from him? Will he be gunning for revenge, or will he have no knowledge? What do you think?
The intention is to keep it away from him, but I'm sure they would have passed each other and coming down to this fight, and the word would have got about. But I think he should use that to fuel him and to get to be the victor in this fight, rather than...
Because in MMA, it's such a sporting arena, and camps are important to fighters. It's not all about themselves, is it? He will be feeling the pride for Next Level MMA to get this right this time.
Yeah, definitely. I think it should add to him. I know Frank personally. I know he's got a lot of mental strength. I know he's been geared up for this fight. So it should be interesting. Again, Frank is a stand-up fighter, so he's going to come out and try and lay some big bombs.
Now, you said you've rolled with Ozan, so if those bombs start coming, I imagine you'll expect him to try and take Franco down.
And that's what Frank needs to be aware of and be careful of. This guy's quite strong on the ground. I'm not sure where his grade is. He was in the early days when he was a white belt, but he was very strong back then. So let's see how far he's developed.
And Franco will obviously be aware of this. As you said, he looks very focused. If he knows about Kevin, he certainly doesn't look distracted by it.
No, not at all. Not at all. He's definitely got his fast pace on tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is in the WFC welterweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. He weighed in at 80 kilograms. He is making his semi-professional debut and representing Junk Boat MMA. One more time, Ozan Ahmed. And now for his opponent in the red corner. He weighed in at 80 kilograms. Also making his semi-professional debut and representing Next Level MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, Franco Iovine.
Wesley, what struck me already is the electric atmosphere here for a first show. We're on the second fight on the card, and yet listen to that crowd. That's even before these big world title fights that are coming up. This is incredible.
Yeah, there's definitely a very big movement behind this WFC.
Now, with the semi-program, as we said, there will be no striking to the head on the floor. Does that mean that your skill set has got to be that much greater?
I wouldn't say so. I think it kind of, like you said, it aids the fighters and it allows them to kind of, when they get to the ground, work more on their jiu-jitsu and not be so conscious about the head strikes.
Now, we said that Ozan started with a sharp little left hook as Franco came in. And a stiff jab from Franco in reply, and having a good look at each other upright. And both swinging straight away, but Ozan went into the clinch there.
I think this part of the fight, they probably wanted to feel each other out.
Well, that process is over now. They was both swinging, both happy to stay upright. And as we said, you've rolled with Ozan, but he seems quite happy to pop that jab out.
Yeah, I think they're both going to be swinging for a little while, that's for sure.
And you can hear the crowd response to that exchange. Both men looking to throw those heavy shots as they go into the clinch. And again there you saw with the two of them just checking with the referee where they were allowed to strike, because again there will be no knee strikes, full stop, to the upper body, to the head. They'll be watching for the head for the knee strikes, whether that's upright or on the ground, and on the ground there will be no head strikes. So they've got to think all the way through this fight as well, haven't they? Instinct isn't allowed to take over. No, definitely they've got to be aware of the rules, because it will be stopped. As we said that, though, a big knee from Ozan from that upright position to the legal striking area of the stomach. And how dangerous are those knees? Well, if they put a lot of power into them, they will hurt. They will hurt, for sure. And at the moment, although it's even, I feel it's Ozan who is asking the questions and forcing the pace. Yeah, he seems to be controlling the clinch. It doesn't seem like much to somebody who doesn't know what's going on, but the clinch drains a lot of energy out of him. I imagine it also tells you a lot about your opponent's strength. So Ozan now putting in those big lefts, and you can hear the response from his crowd. And this is what Franco needed. He needs a response, doesn't he, Wesley? Definitely. He'll get him G'd up. He's like I said, he's a local boy. And Ozan is as well. So that's why there's electrifying atmosphere right now. They're all screaming. And our referee happy to let them stay upright like this, because they're working constantly in that clinch. And Ozan, as we said, I think he's definitely controlling it at the moment. And you saw that big left hand come in on Franco. What does Franco need to do, Wesley? Franco needs to really kind of utilise a clinch, a tight clinch, turn into him, utilise the clinch, work the knees. That's not a great place for him to be, because he's just waiting for the strikes to rain down. You shouldn't be giving him his back. Those strikes have hurt him as well. We saw him blinking there. He's got away from giving him the back, but those left hands have taken their toll, haven't they? They will do. They will do, definitely. So now Ozan looking to work the legs with those knees. He's been very dominant in the opening stages of this round. First knee back from Franco, but offensively he hasn't had time to get up ahead of steam at all, has he? No, he's got a kind of guillotine there, but I don't think he wants to take it. I think he's just using it to hold on to him for a little while to just think what to do. I think that's it. I think he needs to buy time, because that's one thing Ozan hasn't given him from the moment the bell started. He's been under pressure the whole time, hasn't he? Yeah, he's bringing the pressure. He's obviously done a lot of cardio training. That takes a lot of energy out of you, pressing up the opponent constantly against the cage. It drains you. And those left hands have constantly troubled Franco. And now a guillotine himself from Ozan, isn't he? He's got it. He's got the guillotine, Wesley. Wow. Strong guy. That didn't look like it was in. But he was dominant from the beginning, wasn't he? Definitely pressing it all the way through. I think cardio started to catch up with Frank there, and that didn't look in, to be quite honest. I didn't think that would catch Frank. So not a good start for next level MMA, but Ozan Ahmet, you've got to admire him, and a big name in there with him, Mustafa there. Wow. Very, very happy man. Definitely static. That's got to help him, isn't it, having a name like that again with you in your corner. Look at the crowd. The crowd are all over Ozan Ahmet here. And Mustafa telling him to get back in the cage, but you can see what it means to him and his fans here. Big smile from Ian Freeman, our host, as he comes back. And a great win there for Ozan Ahmet. Dominated from the start and clinical with the guillotine when he got the opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 minutes, 42 seconds of the first round, we have a winner due to tap out from a guillotine, Ozan Ahmet. And ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to your runner-up, Franco Iovine.
Wow, fantastic performance. I know that meant a lot to you. I can see it brought a lot of people here. How are you feeling right now, Ozan?
I feel fucking words can't explain it, man. This is the greatest I've ever felt. I've got all my people, got all my friends supporting me. Do you know what I mean? Anything could have happened. My first, his first. Do you know what I mean?
Ozan, tell us, was this the game plan coming in?
Say it again?
Was that the game plan coming in to press the pressure?
Yeah, that was the game plan. Pressure. See what happens, and let's see who guesses that first. You know what I mean?
Great fight. Well, we look forward to seeing you fight again in WFC. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Ozan, your winner!